Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Here we are again, Mrs. Akande with two second period economics for SS2. The topic is still on the topic, the concept of theory of consumer behavior. What we have to treat here is the concept of origin. This refers to the minimum or smallest quantity of a commodity. This refers to the minimum or the smallest quantity of a commodity which must be consumed before the commodity can yield any satisfaction to the consumer. At least before a consumer can say he or she derives utility, something, be it little, must have been taken. So that is what the concept of origin is saying. That is the minimum or smallest quantity of a commodity which must be consumed before the commodity can yield any satisfaction to the consumer. Let's look at the utility maximization, or otherwise known as consumer equilibrium, which I've said earlier in the first period that is going to be explained very soon. Here is it now. A consumer will be in equilibrium or maximum utility when is able to spend his income on goods that give him maximum satisfaction. Once again, I said a consumer will be in equilibrium or maximized utility when is able to spend his income on goods that gives him maximum satisfaction. A consumer, therefore, is said to be in equilibrium or maximizes his or her utility when the underlisted condition is attained. A consumer, therefore, is said to be in equilibrium or maximizes his or her utility when the underlisted condition is attained. What now are those conditions? 1. MUA divided by PA is equal to MUB divided by PB equal to MUC divided by PC, and this one is also equal to MUN divided by PN, or MUA divided by MUB equal to PA divided by PB. The analysis now, where MU is the marginal utility of commodities A, B, C, and N, meaning that we have numerous commodities here, and PA, PB, PC, PN represent the corresponding prices of the commodities. So what this one implies in the analysis here, in the condition stated here, is that marginal utility of A, the consumer maximizes his or her utility when marginal utility of commodity A divided by price of commodity A is equal to marginal utility of commodity B divided by the price of commodity B, and this one as well is equal to marginal utility of commodity C divided by price of commodity C, and so on like that. So when this one equals to each other, I mean both the price and the utility derived equal to each other, then we say that the consumer has been able to maximize its utility, or consumer is at equilibrium then, when the utility derived is equivalent to the price of that particular commodity. Then alternatively, a consumer's utility is maximized. A consumer utility is maximized when the marginal utility per month on a product. A consumer utility is maximized when the marginal utility per month on a product is equal to the marginal utility per month spent on any other product, e.g. marginal utility of commodity X divided by price of commodity X equal to marginal utility of commodity Y divided by the price of commodity Y, as well as equal to marginal utility of commodities Z equal to the price of commodity X, where MUX, MUY, and MUZ are the marginal utility of products X, Y, and Z, and P and their prices as well. So in case of one commodity, that is where we have only one commodity, a consumer will maximize its utility when the marginal utility of that commodity equals to the price of that particular commodity. So it will just be only one product, and the consumer will maximize its utility when the marginal utility derived on that particular commodity is equal to its price. It's equals to its price. Let's look at derivation of demand curve from utility theory. Derivation of demand curve from utility theory. Don't forget that initially we said marginal utility is the basis of demand, and it shall be explained later as I've said. Here is it now. So this is based on the law of diminishing marginal utility. It is the key concept underlying demand. The marginal utility is the key concept underlying demand, and it slopes downward from left to right like demand curves. It slopes downward from left to right like demand curves. So a consumer's demand for any product, a consumer's drive for any product is a function of marginal utility. So marginal utility shows that as more of a commodity is consumed, the satisfaction declines. Then this will be the bill we will be willing to pay lower prices for more. Lower price they will be willing to pay, that the consumer is willing to pay. The consumer will be willing to pay lower. The consumer will be willing to pay lower prices for more of such products. That is, the lower the price, the higher the quantity demanded. Consumer surplus now. Consumer surplus. Alfred Marshall defines consumer surplus as the difference between the amount of money that a consumer actually pays to buy a certain quantity of a commodity and the amount he will be willing to pay to buy such commodity. I repeat that Alfred Marshall defines consumer surplus as the difference between the amount that a consumer actually pays to buy a certain quantity of a product and the amount that he would be willing to pay to buy such commodity. It is determined by the difference between the buyer's demand price and the price actually paid. This has to do with the power of negotiation of the consumer. Then it is graphically represented by P, which is price, is equal to MU, where P is the price and MU is the marginal utility. QC is equal to QD, where QC is the quantity consumed and QD is the quantity demanded. So example is X1 equals to MU1 and it is equal to P1, or X2 equals MU2 equals P2. That is the first commodity, where the consumer surplus will be when a commodity equals to the marginal utility derived on it and the marginal utility is equal to the price. So also the second commodity, where its marginal utility is equal to its price as well. So that is where a consumer is said to have surplus. Then there will be the graph to be demonstrated on the board. Then the concept of indifferent curves. The concept of indifferent curves. Ordinal utility approach is referred to as an indifference theory, which is introduced by Sir John Ake in 1939. So indifferent curve is the one which shows indifference curve is the one which shows the possible combination of two commodities. Is the one which shows the possible combination of two commodities, each yielding the same satisfaction or utility to the consumer. That is, the two commodities must yield the same satisfaction or utility to consumer. It joins together all points representing different combination of two goods which yield equal utility to consumers. Characteristics of indifferent curves. 1. It has negative slope. That is, for a consumer to stay on the same level of satisfaction, he must have more of product X and less of product Y. I repeat, the feature of indifferent curve says it has negative slope. That is, for a consumer to stay on the same level of satisfaction, he must have more of product X and less of product Y. Take for instance, when we want to consume food like bread and egg, more of bread will be consumed, which represent the product X, and less of egg will be consumed so as to attain the same level of satisfaction. A situation whereby more of egg is consumed and less of bread, the consumer may not likely get the same level of satisfaction. Then if it is, for example, beans and bread, more of bread will be consumed and less of beans will be consumed as well in order to attain the same level of satisfaction. Then indifferent curves are convex towards the origin. Indifferent curves do not intersect because each curve represents a different level of utility. They do not intersect because each curve represents a different level of utility. Number 4. Indifferent curve obeys the axiom of transitivity. Simply means that if combination A is preferred to B and B is preferred to C, then C is preferred to D. This is the axiom of transitivity. Then let's look at the uses of indifferent curve. 1. It helps to measure consumer surplus. Indifferent curves helps to measure consumer surplus. It shows consumers' response to price changes. It shows consumers' response to income changes. And at the same time, it helps to explain consumer equilibrium, which we have discussed earlier. So far so good. This is where we have to stop for the second period as well. So inshallah, next lesson we are going to treat the mathematical approach to consumer theory. We treat the mathematical approach to consumer theory. The assignment will be posted at the portal in the assignment section. So, assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.